Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the February 25th meeting of the Zoning Subcommittee of the Revere City Council. We have on hand today subcommittee members, including myself, Chairman Reardon, Councilor Rigo, Councilor Correggio, Councilor Janino, Councilor Haas, Councilor Penta, and Councilor Ganasso all also here. We have one matter before the subcommittee this evening, and that is a petition by Charles Lightbody, 8 Revere Street, LLC, of 8 Revere Street, Revere, seeking permission from Revere City Council to construct a 17 by 42.5 foot, one-story addition to an existing non-conforming structure and non-conforming use on Lot 30 at 8 Revere Street, Revere, Massachusetts. I should first mention that this matter has gone before site plan review, and they have submitted the following recommendations. Number one, that the proposed one-story addition shall be used for storage use only. Number two, a landscaped buffer zone shall be provided along the rear of the property between the parking lot and the abutting residential properties. This buffer zone shall be planted with evergreens, minimum height 6 feet, along the full width of the rear property line in accordance with the landscape screening plan approved by the Site Plan Review Committee. And number three, the plan shall be reviewed and approved by the fire department prior to the issuance of a building permit. These, again, are recommendations from Site Plan Review. They're certainly not mandatory to us as the subcommittee or the full city council. At this point, I see that we have the proponents, the petitioners in the audience, and I'd ask them to come up and address the subcommittee at this point.
Hello.
Hello, name and address.
Charles Lightbody, 55 North Marshall Street, Revere, Mass.
Thank you. If there's anything you have to add to this discussion, then now would be the time to do it, and then I'm going to allow the subcommittee members and the other members of the city council to ask any questions they might have.
Nope. All set.
Okay, so Councilor Correggio.
Thank you, Chairman Reardon. I really don't have any problem with it. I guess it's just a storage area and a small office or something.
Yes.
The neighbors are pretty well on board. There's no problem. The area is it's a small building with a parking lot, so I would be fully in favor. It's better than having a large apartment building, and it's conducive to the neighborhood. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Correggio. Councilor Granasso.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm not a member of the subcommittee, which I appreciate you taking in consideration here, but I am the ward council who represents the area. Before the original public hearing, we had many of the area residents in attendance, to which each and every one of them had no objection to this particular proposal. In effect, this will only affect one home there in that area, and every one of the members of that home were in attendance that evening, and each and every one of them were in agreement with the plan that was submitted for a storage in a small office area. And I have absolutely no objection to that. I think it doesn't impact the area one bit differently than exists there today, and not one additional vehicle will be required or needed to visit that area. So this is an absolutely given that I have no objection to at all. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Councilor Granasso. I think Councilor Penta has some thoughts on the recommendation.
Just a point of information, partly in the statement. Looking at the site plan review, I mean, just they have storage only, like to add and or office to the number one. Number two, I think should be scratched, only because you're going to take up parking spaces, and where the buffer zone is in a cubby hole that you're not going to see anyway. And I have no problem with number three, that the fire department give a building certificate for this.
Thank you. Councilor Haas.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I agree with Councilor Penta as far as making those amendments to the site plan review. Now, Charlie, you read the, you heard Steve read the various issues. Do you concur with that?
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Well, I think there is some bone of contention on number two. I want to ask the proponent about this. My understanding is that there is already a fence in place?
Yes, there's a
separating the
6-foot-high
properties?
fence, yeah.
Yeah. And is it also true that there is really no grassy area between the end of the parking lot and that fence already?
No,
So
nothing.
there's nothing really to support
Just all concrete.
landscaping.
We'd have to dig it up and then we'd have to dig it up, put trees there that are 6 foot high. Would make no sense because the fence is 6 feet high, so they wouldn't be, the buffer zone basically is their fence.
And how close is the building, proposed building going to be to the actual property line?
About 12 feet.
12 feet, okay. So there's, what's between the building and the property line?
Right now, there's nothing but concrete.
Concrete. So
We
there's
extended
no,
the slab out.
so there's no real grassy area or any
No.
foliage or anything
No.
there? Okay. Anybody else care to? Well, the question, of course, is, at this point, I'll take that as a motion to report this out favorably without the conditions 2, as suggested by Councilor Penta.
Correct.
And with the addition of and office space, as was the original proposal. And that,
Right.
is that accurate?
That's fine.
And so I'll take that as a motion to accept the number 1 of the first paragraph of site plan review, which is the proposed one-story addition shall be used for storage and office space only. And delete number 2, and leave number 3, the plan shall be reviewed and approved by the fire department prior to the issuance of a building permit. And I'll ask the, all in favor of the subcommittee. Opposed? All right, so this will be reported out, Mr. Lightbody, to the full city council as, although we don't have any specific authority as to its approval, but we obviously have reported it out favorably from the subcommittee. I expect it'll be voted on later this evening.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Only if he likes to look at us.
I'm leaving.
And as that's the only matter on the agenda for the zoning subcommittee, I'll adjourn the meeting at this time. In about 20 minutes, I believe the appointments subcommittee is scheduled to meet. Is that accurate, Madam Clerk? Thank you very much.